The Wii U. Yeah, Nintendo's second best-selling hybrid console, home to the most popular games like Super Mario Odyssey, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and everybody's favorite, Garfield Kart Furious Racing. The console that you're able to play in the living room and on those long trips in the car, and it even sold 50 million consoles in the first year alone. In an alternate reality, at least. In fact, the Wii U couldn't even manage to do most of those things. But make sure to grab your 30-minute battery life gamepads and make sure to stay within 26 feet of the console and get ready to jump into today's show on why I think the Nintendo Wii U failed and why I think it's a good console. Now, let me say that I really do like the Wii U. I've had it almost since the launch of it, and it's one of the few consoles I've grown up with. But I'm not going to label it as one of the best consoles to date or anything, because it does have quite a bit of flaws. I'll go over why it's a good console later throughout the show, but I just wanted to let you know that beforehand so that my opinions don't seem biased or anything like that. Okay, so let's go over why I think it even failed in the first place. Marketing. Marketing. I mean, the name itself is already a good example. Wii U. Wii U. Okay guys, we need a good name for our new console that's gonna release soon. What are some suggestions? Okay, hear me out. Nintendo hasn't really ever used the same name on their consoles like Xbox or PlayStation, and the only time they really did that was with their first two consoles ever. The Nintendo Entertainment System and the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. And even then, the Wii U doesn't even sound as exciting as the Super NES. They should have named the console something entirely different, because I bet people thought the Wii U was just another add-on in the sea of Wii peripherals. Imagine telling your mother you wanted a Wii U for Christmas. You show them a picture of the Wii U, and she points to the Wii sitting in your living room.
We already have a Wii, sweetiekins.
Confusion at its finest, right? The Wii was for everybody. Those hardcore diehard Nintendo fans that want their Zelda, Smash Bros, and Metroid, and those casual players that just want their Mario Brothers and Wii Sports. The Wii U? Who even knows? I don't even think Nintendo knew who the Wii U was for. Only in a few of their commercials did they ever feature people who were over the age of 10. I remember seeing very early Wii U ads, and those were great. It was aimed towards people of all ages, similar to how the Switch is marketed today. But after 2012, all their commercials included little kids. Now, I don't even think the children would have wanted it either. Kids would usually want what the older people had, like the brand new Xbox One or the brand new PlayStation 4. So trying to aim towards children really didn't work out so much, and they should have marketed the console towards everybody. That was the main reason why the Wii and the DS were a hit.
Hot buttered popcorn, that's a deal. Yeah.
In most games, you need the gamepad to play. The Wii was simple. They just had the Wii remote and the occasional nunchuck, similar to your average TV remote. The Wii U, we have the gamepad and the option to use both the Wii remote and nunchuck, and the new Pro controller that's not meant to be confused with the Wii's classic controller or the classic controller Pro. In some games, you need to use the gamepad to even launch it up, or you won't be able to play them at all. Why didn't they just change the name and create separate controllers so that there wouldn't be as much confusion? What's worse is that Nintendo didn't even offer separate gamepad replacements in stores, in case you cracked your screen or broke a few buttons or something. Now, I'll admit, I've had my gamepad for years, and its screen finally cracked around last year after dropping it so many times on the hard floor. So I guess Nintendo did a good job on the durability part of it, but that doesn't mean that children or pets couldn't have gone and spilled something on it, cracked a few screens, or chewed away at the shell. You better have hope to God that you still have your warranty, because taking off even one of those plastic stickers on the back would have cost your whole warranty. So the only way to actually have gotten a new gamepad was to buy a whole new console or use the warranty if you even had it. Another reason as to why I think it failed. The games. Now, don't get me wrong, these games are some of the best I've ever played, some being Mario Kart 8 or Super Mario 3D World, but just the majority of mediocre games and lack of third-party support really made a huge impact on the Wii U's failure. The Wii U barely had any third-party support at all. Some of the few third-party titles that were on the console were Watch Dogs, Call of Duty, and Assassin's Creed. Not really anything other than that. And even then, those were released very early in the Wii U's life, so cross-gen games on the Wii U later on was very rare. And Nintendo wasn't even trying anymore in 2016 when they released bad games like Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, Star Fox Zero, Mario Party 10, and so many others. Okay guys, our home console, the Wii U, is dying, so like, Let's not even try anymore, and we'll just release bad games and hope people will keep buying our 3DS games, and we'll reveal the NX in October. Good idea. Nowadays, there really isn't much of a good reason to buy a Wii U anymore, as most of the best games from it have been ported to the Switch. Mario Kart 8, Mario 3D World, and Pikmin 3, Mario Bros. U, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, Hyrule Warriors, Pokken Tournament, and the list just keeps on going on and on and on. In fact, the top selling Switch game is actually Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is a Wii U port. Even back then, there was also the Nintendo 3DS. Buying that seemed like a much better investment, as most of the games from the Wii U ended up having close copies and even ports to the 3DS. Some examples of ports being Mario Maker, Hyrule Warriors, and Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, all fully being ported to the 3DS. And then there's also the close copies like Mario Kart 7, Mario Kart 8, Mario 3D Land, Mario 3D World, Mario Party Island Tour, Mario Party 10, Smash Bros. 3DS, Smash Bros. Wii U, Star Fox 64, Star Fox Zero, and a lot of others to name. And of course, there's the superior Switch sequels like Mario Maker 2, Splatoon 2, Smash Ultimate, etc. The gamepad itself isn't actually too bad. It feels more natural to the hand, unlike the Switch. And like I mentioned earlier, it was very durable. The screen display hasn't aged so well now that I'm used to the Switch, and keeping this thing clean is near impossible, as it is very prone to scratches and fingerprints. And usually, dirt and other grime would easily make its way to the corners of the screen. One thing I really didn't like was the battery life. It averaged at around 3 to 5 hours, so you really shouldn't expect to be playing games for a while on it. Now that the battery is aged, I've really only been able to get half an hour on it on full charge before I have to go plug it in again. I've had this problem with 2 different gamepads. I also really don't recall the gamepad saving too much battery when off, so I always had to charge the gamepad a lot. Out of all the complaints I have with it, the worst has got to be the Wii U's disc format. The discs have a round edge to it and a very clean and reflective back to it. The art on it is very nice and colorful, and it's very great, aesthetically at least. But you better hope you do not scratch the art in the very least, or else your entire game is screwed. I remember I had Mario Maker on release, and only got to play it for like 5 months in, until I got a scratch on the art of it. After that, the game was pretty much unreadable. It's insane how delicate these discs are. You're able to just scratch off the art with your nail and kill the game. I have about 5 games with that problem and have only replaced the most important ones like Mario Maker and Mario Kart 8. The only reasons I would have unreadable discs was because of the art that would scratch off easily. The Wii U only failed because of its marketing, and the name itself and target audience were really what killed the Wii U. Nintendo really tried to make it better by releasing high quality games, mostly in its early years, but 2015 to 2016 is just when they said, yeah, this isn't going too well, and sort of just gave up and spat out mediocre games to fill in the yearly releases. But all this negativity towards the Wii U really overshadows some of the best parts about it. The games on it were fantastic. Seriously, they still look gorgeous to this day. Yes, I know I just finished saying there isn't much of a reason to buy them anymore, but those games were ported to the Switch and 3DS for a reason. They were great. My personal favorites were Mario Kart 8, Mario 3D World, Mario Maker, Splatoon, and Smash 4. Nintendo even introduced new franchises like Mario Maker and Splatoon, which are both great additions to Nintendo's catalog. In fact, Mario Maker 2 and Splatoon 2 are doing really well on the Switch because they're great games. The gamepad really changed how games work. In single-player games, you could use the gamepad to go through your inventory, or if you're playing multiplayer, you could play certain mini-games that you usually wouldn't be able to play with just Wii remotes. The gamepad's ergonomic design is great, and is much more comfortable to hold than the Switch, especially for people with bigger hands. And the fact that you're able to play a few entire games on it without having to turn the TV on is great. And I actually really like the TV remote function on it, as I have lost a few TV controllers before, and the gamepad would be the next best thing. The Wii U even had a whole Wii backwards compatible on it, and the best part about it is that it's in full HD. So naturally, the backwards compatibility on it would most likely be better than the standard Wii. The Wii U had an actual web browser on it that the Switch still doesn't have to this day. It also had Miiverse, a social media-like platform for talking about your games that you're playing, and Wii U Chat, which was basically a FaceTime for Wii U. Now, I never really used any of those two, but seeing that this was available on the Wii U was amazing. Too bad they discontinued both of those platforms in 2017 though. Now, if you're looking into the homebrew scene for this thing, then you're in for a treat. The console is able to emulate every single Nintendo console besides the Switch and 3DS. So we're talking about GameCube, Wii, and even DS. You're even able to mod the backwards compatible Wii, also known as Virtual Wii, and act as if that's a modded Wii and run almost every single Wii mod on it. I've actually enjoyed playing the Wii U over the years, and I always have a soft spot for this console. It's a console I grew up with, and the games have aged perfectly on it. It really is an underrated console, and despite its flaws, I always end up coming back to it every once in a while. If you have one or are planning on getting one, I would definitely recommend modding it as you can unlock its full potential. Looking back at it, it's pretty easy to see why it flopped, but that doesn't mean it's a bad console at all. But at least the Wii U's legacy will still live on into the Switch's lifespan as games are being ported to it by the minute. What are your guys' opinions on the Wii U? Have you ever owned one? Let me know in the comments below. I also wanted to give a special thanks to Lyxa Animates for animating the skits on this video. Make sure to check out some of her content and subscribe to her as well. And consider leaving a like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.